Tamam. Oraya bakıyorum değil mi? Genelden başlıyorum. Merhaba sevgili Sokrates izleyicileri. Türkiye İhracatçılar Meclisi tarafından düzenlenen Innovation Week haftasında Sokrates ekranlarında Formula 1 dünyasından çok büyük bir isimle çifte dünya şampiyonu uçan filli Mika Häkkinen'le beraberiz. Öncelikle bize bu imkanı tanıyan Türkiye İhracatçılar Meclisi ve Ay Yıldız Communications'a teşekkürlerimizi sunuyoruz ve devamında Mika Häkkinen'le sohbetimize başlıyoruz. Dear Mika, welcome to Sokrates channel.
Thank you so much.
We are so honored and excited to talking to you and hosting you. Please forgive my English because I can't even talk Turkish right now.
Perfectly fine.
While I'm trying to calm myself down, first of all, I want to ask you, as the flying fiend, that
yes.
moment.
Yes.
Did you literally try to fly over there? Do
That,
you remember that particular moment?
That was, yeah, I mean, this is... Yeah, this is quite a few years ago.
1993.
Quite a few years ago. It was quite a. It was what happened here. It was Sunday morning warm up, if I remember.
Yeah.
It's a long time ago, but why do I remember that so well? Because I had in that time the Formula One cars. When we did put the fuel in a car, it was nearly 200 kilos of fuel. So these days, the cars has much less fuel in a car because they had a battery power, also. So I made a driving mistake.
Yeah.
I made a driving mistake for entering to the corner. Now I can say I made a mistake. And I lost the control a little bit. So I was not able to turn in a corner. So I need to go straight. And exit of the corner, there was a huge curb. I mean, enormous curb.
Yeah.
And I flew over that.
Yeah.
And I don't forget that because when I landed,
Maybe your back hurt.
landed and the right height of the car, the height of the car is only maybe 10, 15 millimeters. So when it landed, it was quite painful. So I don't forget that one.
Yeah, okay. So you started with Lotus and then you moved to McLaren with that car. And you were teammate Ayrton Senna. So how was your McLaren days at initial phase in 93?
Fantastic.
94?
It was incredible.
Yeah.
There was, of course, positive and negative, but why it was incredible because I raced 2 years with Team Lotus in Formula One. And when I did join the McLaren team, I recognized immediately how professional the McLaren team was.
It was in another level, I guess.
Absolutely. The engineers, the designers, the mechanics, the marketing.
Even the outlook,
Logistic plans, the partners. Everything was just so professional. So it was beautiful to go to a team like that. To be together with Ayrton Senna.
You out-qualified him.
I out-qualified Ayrton Senna in the first Grand Prix what I did with Ayrton Senna in Estoril. I out-qualified him, but only 1,000ths of seconds, so very little.
Yeah.
And I was a little bit lucky. I call a little bit lucky. I mean, I did the right thing, and I was able to go quicker than him.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons why I was faster than him because I was using left foot braking, and he was using right foot braking, and that gave me the advantage, and I saved some time in the corners. So I was quicker than him, and he did ask me how did I do it after the qualification, and I explained it to him very not so nice way, and he got really upset with me. He got really upset with me.
Yeah. Wow.
He said to me, Mika, how many races you have won, and how many pole positions you have, and how many world championships you have, and fastest laps? You have 0, he said. So don't come to tell me something like this. And of course, I explained it was a joke, Ayrton. Come on, take it easy, But he was very proud of his achievement. I was a young guy who never won races, just out-qualified him. So he was emotionally very upset. So he didn't talk to me a couple of weeks. And in the last 2 Grand Prix, what I did with Ayrton, he really was quick. I didn't have no chance.
And he was podium with him and Alain.
So I learned a lesson, and I learned that way. 93, I had to start from the 0. I need to understand what is really how the world champions, how they work.
And you waited for your first win for 7 years. Do you remember that? How did you feel after Jerez 97? Finally, you had a Grand Prix winner.
It was an incredible victory after 7 years. You can imagine that's a long time, and all those 7 years you are criticized. People are start
Questioning,
wondering, questioning: is Mika good enough? So it was a psychologically very difficult time, and so finally when I got my victory, it was the last race of the season. It was the last Grand Prix. So what that means, then there's a break for 3-4 months, no racing. So I was a winner. I was a winner whole winter. I was a winner for 3-4 months because I won the last Grand Prix. So it created a huge confidence for myself. And it helped me to go to season 98.
And 6 months later, you were fighting for the World Championship with Michael Schumacher. So what was your best moment while fighting with Michael? Because you were arch rival of each other.
The best moment was when I became world champion.
98.
And when I passed the start-finish line in Suzuka 98, and I was officially world champion. That was the best moment fighting against the Michael Schumacher. all the rest, I tell you what, they were challenges. They were challenges, they were big fight, because Michael's personality, his way of working, was, he never didn't give up. You know, doesn't matter free practice, race, qualification, doesn't matter what it is. You can always accept, you know, he was always absolutely flat out maximum. So it was fascinating to race against him.
So what about that famous overtaking, 2000 Belgian GP? Zonto in middle of
I had a good overtaking against the Michael indeed. That worked out really well. And I think it was one of the most spectacular overtakes in Formula One.
Of all times, yes, definitely.
I think all time. And it was a good fun. It was good fun. That moment it wasn't good fun. It was a bit scary because the speed was so high and there was quite a few different risk elements involved. But
poor Ricardo Zonta.
absolutely. But afterwards it was fun.
Okay. What's your best drive in Formula One that didn't result in a win? So tell me a race that you couldn't win, but you did one of your best drives.
I think one of my best drives were in Buenos Aires '97. I think that was one of my mega results, and I was really working hard in that Grand Prix, physically, pit stops, the consistency of the lap times. And I think that was one of my best Grand Prix, you know.
Okay. May I ask you, who was your slowest teammate? Who was your fastest teammate?
Oh, that's not fair. I don't want to say who was my slowest.
Okay.
I had many teammates in my racing career, starting from the lower categories.
In Formula One. Oh, okay. You can tell me maybe.
But in Formula One,
who was the fastest?
I mean, they're all talented. They're all quick. You know, I think one of the biggest problems what racing drivers can have is an inconsistency. You know, if you're quick sometimes and next day slow.
Or one circuit fast, one circuit slow.
That doesn't work. And so there was quite a few drivers who were inconsistent, and this inconsistent, when they had a bad day, and I had a good day because I tried to have a good day every day. So when they had a bad day, I got the points. And there was quite a few drivers who weren't able to stay consistent.
Last year in summer, you said that McLaren will be the biggest rival of Red Bull, where they had, after 7 races, they scored only 17 points. So may I ask you, do you have a crystal ball? Or where this vision comes from?
No crystal ball.
Because they had no podium over that time.
No crystal ball.
1.5 years ago almost.
There's no magic. The knowledge gained more or less from my personal experience, been racing many years. I had a time in McLaren when I joined the McLaren, we had a Ford engine. 94 we had a Peugeot engine. 95 we had a Mercedes engine. Somewhere between there we had even Lamborghini engine at one point. So we were constantly changing engine manufacturers, and because the engine is part of the chassis of the Formula One car. it's a supporting element in a car. So if you are changing constantly engine, it will change everything in a car, all the aerodynamics, the cooling of the oil, cooling of the water, electronics, I mean, just name it. So every time when this was happening, it's slowing down the development of the team and the car. So those were very, very challenging problems when you have. So I saw McLaren getting consistency with the engine manufacturer, consistency with the people, consistency with the investing the money in the right things. I saw it's coming, you know, and they had two great drivers. So I said, this is it. It's a matter of time, you know. But everything, when you are working with thousands of people and you want to change something, it's easy to change logo of the company. It costs a lot of money to change the logo of the company. But when you have to change people, if you have to change the people's positions in a company, this takes time. You know, it's
invest in people and infrastructure and technology.
It takes time. Building machines which are particularly designed for the A-team McLaren takes time. Financially, to have a power to make these changes takes time. So McLaren was moving constantly towards that right road and right journey because of the Zach Brown. Because the Zach Brown, who is running a team manager, Andrea Stella, the number of members of the team, how they were putting structure in a team, did the fantastic work. And it was obvious to see that with the success coming and good financial support.
Okay, another question. Which circuit would you have loved to race in Formula One car forever? So pick up just one circuit.
Barcelona is a beautiful track. I love to drive that particular track.
Maybe not exciting to watch, but in terms of driving, you say?
Yeah, driving is fantastic. Red Bull Ring A1 is a great track. And one more, I think, is the Branch Hatch in England. If that racetrack would be in a proper scale of Formula One
with ups and
design, it would be an amazing circuit to race.
Okay, after your time in Formula One, only 3 Finnish drivers we saw, Raikkonen, Kovalainen and Bottas. So who will be your next star of Finland in terms of racing?
Tuukka Taponen, obviously, he's in regional going to Formula 3 now. He's a young Finnish talent driver, working very hard to able to get through his personality, his talent for people's and teams' knowledge. He's moving the right direction.
Very good. We will be very happy to talk to you until midnight, personally, myself and our Socrates viewers, but we are running out of time, I guess. So one final question. So you raced in Formula One you started in Formula One with 3.5 liter normally aspirated engines. Then with V8, then you go with V10, then you down to 3 liters V10. After your time, Formula One reverted back to 2.4 V8s, and for the last decade, they go for 1.6 V6 turbo hybrid engine. So, if you are Bernie Eccleston of former times, if you are running the Formula One, which engine formula would you choose?
It's a very complicated thing. You know, we have to take care of the environment. We have to go with the trend where the world is going.
Manufacturers' wishes, maybe.
Absolutely.
You have to consider.
There's so many different aspects. The noise pollution, the pollution in generally, the materials. So it's a very complicated. It's unfortunately the answer cannot be simple. An emotional decision like I like the sound and I like how they go. Unfortunately, we had to forget this. We need to take care our environment, and Formula One is moving constantly, following the rules, regulations where the world is going. and modifying the Formula One to go this path. And I think they are doing the right thing at the moment.
Okay. Mika, it was a once-in-a-lifetime unforgettable day for me. It was an honor and real privilege to welcome to you. So thank you very much for being with us in Socrates, sharing your thoughts, memories, wisdom, crystal ball that you have. So we are grateful for your time. Sevgili Sokrates izleyicileri, gerçekten hala içinde bulunduğuma inanamadığım bir günü yaşıyorum. Önce panelde, devamında röportajda Formula 1'in efsanevi ismi, kahramanlarımdan biri Mika Häkkin'in yanında oturmak, onunla konuşmak unutulmaz bir deneyim oldu benim için. Umuyorum sizler de en az benim kadar keyif almışsınızdır. Bir başka özel Sokrates programında sizlerle buluşana kadar hoşça kalın.